Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, June 1st, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Texas Rangers vs Tampa Bay Rays. Our team pick is Rays for the win. And here is why. Times change, rosters change, and yet the Tampa Bay Rays continue to produce winning rosters and develop talent to help support the big club when players become too rich for their meager peril. Once again, Tampa finds themselves deep in the hunt for both a playoff spot and another AL East title. The approach has been the same, 1 or 2 quality starters, a number of contributing openers and a deep and talented bullpen. The Rays find themselves in second place behind the red-hot New York Yankees and don't look to be fading fast anytime soon. On Tuesday night, the Rays got decent pitching overall, but their bats didn't show up in a 3-0 loss. The Rays were held to just 3 hits, all singles. Tampa Bay falls to 28-21 with a loss. The crux of the Rangers' offense this season was supposed to come from its 2 newest stars, free agent acquisitions 2B Marcus Semien and SS Corey Seager. While the two have been slow to take off, particularly Semien, the Rangers are starting to get contributions from all over the lineup. Outfielder Cole Calhoun leads the team in slugging percentage and is second on the team in total bases. Fellow of Adolis Garcia leads the team in doubles and RBI, and utility man Brad Miller is second on the team in home runs and second in RBI. Recent call-up of Josh Smith had 3 hits in his first game, so the Rangers are finding offense in a variety of places. On Tuesday night, the Rangers got timely hitting in the form of a solo home run from Seager and a 2-run blast from Garcia and rode the left arm of veteran Martin Perez to a 3-0 win. Perez went 7 innings and allowed just 3 singles to improve to 4-1 on the season and improve his league-leading ERA to 1.42. While the Rangers have played much better of late, Springs is quietly moving closer to giving the Rays another viable starting arm that can get deeper into games and shorten the game immensely, with a talented back end of the Rays bullpen waiting in the wings. Case in point, Springs gave the Rays 6 innings against New York and allowed just 2 runs. The bullpen came in and quieted the Yankees' bats and held them scoreless over the final 3 innings. Contrast that with his first start this season, in which he was able to give the Rays just 3.1 innings. The bullpen, challenged to throw nearly 5 innings, gave up 7 runs. Gray has been effective for Texas as of late, but he can be hit and will also most likely not get past the 6th. With that in mind, in a bullpen game down the stretch, I'm going to lean heavily on the superb backend of the Rays bullpen. Chicago Cubs vs Milwaukee Brewers. Our team pick is Milwaukee for the win. And here is why. Milwaukee has only been on a 3-game losing streak once all season, which has allowed the Brewers to take control of the division. They were 4 games ahead of St. Louis and 10.5 games up on Pittsburgh entering Tuesday's slate. Milwaukee split its 4-game series with the Cardinals over the weekend before winning the first 2 games of this series at Wrigley Field. The Brewers will head home for a 7-game homestand following Wednesday night's game. They have not lost a series since dropping 2 out of 3 against Cincinnati in early May. Milwaukee ranks number 19 in the MLB offensively with a team batting average of .234. Chicago went through a nice stretch earlier in May, winning 7 out of 11 games. The Cubs struggled to close the month, losing 5 out of 6 contests. They dropped the final 2 games of their series against the Reds before splitting a 2-game set against the crosstown White Sox. Chicago was unable to bounce back in the first 2 games of this series, losing both contests. The Cubs have 5 games against St. Louis at home coming up later this week, so it will be a 9-game homestand in total. They are 12 games back of Milwaukee in the NL Central and are 7.5 games behind St. Louis for the final NL wildcard spot. Milwaukee has had no problem taking care of business at Wrigley Field over the last 2 years, winning 9 of its last 11 games. The Brewers are in good form overall right now as well, winning 6 of their last 8 contests. They might not have a starting pitcher lined up for this game, but I don't think Chicago has the advantage in that department regardless. Hendricks is on pace for the worst year of his career by a substantial margin, allowing 11 runs over his last 2 starts. Milwaukee has one of the best pitching staffs in the MLB, so the Brewers will be able to manage this spot. Our total pick is over, and here is why. The Brewers have hit better than expected all season, ranking inside the top 10 in runs scored, ops, and home runs. Look for that trend to continue against Kyle Hendricks, who has had major issues with consistency all season. Jason Alexander is a total unknown and could very easily struggle in his big league debut against a Cubs lineup that has held their own, averaging 4.5 runs per contest. The over is 4-1 in each of these teams' last 5 contests. Expect to see a classic Wrigley Field slugfest on Wednesday. Los Angeles Dodgers vs Pittsburgh Pirates. Our team pick is Pittsburgh Pirates plus 1.5 runs, and here is why. The Pittsburgh Pirates like playing against the Los Angeles Dodgers this year. Namely, they won 3 of 4 H2H duels this season, including an opening tilt of the series in LA, in which Pittsburgh snatched a 6-5 Watts. The visitors scored a couple of runs in the 9th inning, handing the first blown save of the campaign to the closer Craig Kimbrell. Zach Thompson, 2-4, pitched for 5.2 innings and wasn't bad. He allowed 2 runs, 2 solo homers, on 4 hits with 4 K and 1 BB. Many expected the Dodgers to torture Thompson, who entered this clash with a 5.50 ERA, but Pittsburgh's pitcher showed his worth. Dylan Peters was credited with a hold, his second of the year, while David Bednar, 2-1, got his second win of the season. Michael Perez hit a tying single in the 9th, and pinch runner Michael Chavez scored the game-leading run on Freddie Freeman's error to give the Pirates a victory. The Los Angeles Dodgers were massive favorites to open a 3-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates with a win on Monday, but they were left empty-handed in the end, thanks to Craig Kimbrell and Freddie Freeman. Despite the loss, the Dodgers are still at top of the National League, ahead of the Mets, Brewers, and Padres. Although far from being impressive, the Dodgers had a 5-4 lead in the top of the 9th, but Craig Kimbrell failed to keep the Pirates at bay and earn his 11th save of the campaign. Instead, he gave up 2 runs, one of which was earned, blew a save, and took a loss. Interestingly, Michael Perez, who hit a game-tying single, had a miserable .093 batting average before this game. Freddie Freeman committed an error to give Pittsburgh a 6-5 lead. Once again, Walker Buehler didn't impress at home. He allowed 4 runs on 7 hits with 7 K and 1 BB in 6.0 innings. Mookie Betts was the best Dodger on offense with a homer, a ground rule double, and a single. The Dodgers are perhaps the best team in baseball, but it seems that they are having a rough time against the Pirates this season. It's not going to be an easy game for the hosts, especially considering that Jose Quintana is playing very well this season, and he already recorded a win when he faced the Dodgers earlier this month without allowing a single run. Mitch White was also great in his last start against Pittsburgh, but that was last year, and Quintana is a far more experienced pitcher, so I am giving a slight advantage to Jose in this pitching matchup. Undoubtedly, the Dodgers have better batters, but I don't think they will cruise to an easy victory. It will go down to the 8th or 9th inning when the game will be decided. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. I am leaning towards the under in this game, and both of the key head-to-head betting trends point to that pick. Quintana has pitched well on the season, and while the Pirates have lost his last 2 games, one of his best starts was facing LA, where he pitched 7 1/3 scoreless innings in a Pittsburgh win. White has been mainly used out of the bullpen this season, but will start for the 2nd time in a row. In his last outing, he did not give up any runs in 4 innings, while in his previous 2 appearances, he gave up 5 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Quintana will have the better outing, but White will be pretty solid, and in a lower scoring game, the under is the pick for this series finale. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.